We're live.
Hey, house guests. Welcome to today's BBCan 11 Digital Daily Updates.
Oh, is that what this is?
Stop, turn it off. But yes, that is what this is.
And hi, Sheena.
Hello and welcome.
Oh, hi.
Our house guests of the day are Connor Bourne and Stephanie and Mike. Thank you all so much for the support.
Thank you.
We could not do this without you. We appreciate it so much.
We appreciate it.
So thank you again.
Thank you again.
And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. All right, so it's Monday. It's time to play some catch up, right? Well, we're almost done with it. So,
all right.
But anyway, when we left off last time, we found out that Santina is the secret HOH.
Did you know?
I did from last time. She was, I have to say, doing a really good job of keeping it a secret. She only really seemed to confide in Jonathan, and he was keeping his mouth shut about it. Most house guests seem to think that Jonathan or Dan won HOH. Nobody was suspecting Santina.
Me included.
Yeah, she made up this lie when she was talking to Ty, like, oh,
I wrote down 1-0-5-0-0.
Yeah. So she was really selling it that she messed up big time, but clearly she did not. So Santina told Jonathan that she wants to target Dan this week. She wants to put Dan up next to one of the girls. I mean, I have a target that I'd prefer over him, but I guess, I'll allow Dan to be the target. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Ty go, but like, she's not doing that. It's unfortunate. But they had not done nominations by the time last Digital Daily was over.
Saturday.
Yeah. So luckily we do have that today.
I mean, they had done.
No, they didn't.
Nominations, but
I know it wasn't
it
wasn't in the Digital Daily.
They didn't show us. Oh, maintenance chick. Thank you so much for the super chat.
How's it going for you? All right, so let's talk about today's Digital Daily, which covers yesterday in the house, day 30. It's time to play detective because we got to figure out who was nominated and
that's our new job.
Yes, and who won the power of veto.
Who would have thought we would have to do that on a show that's supposed to show you everything?
I mean, we kind of did that before, but not to this extent. Not to this extent.
No.
So, all right, it starts out with Jonathan and Claudia chatting outside, and they are still talking about that first POV competition where you had to like slide around on your back.
Get over it.
Throw the slop. And they were saying that part of the reason that Ty beat Dan is because Ty's slop was like more solid. It was holding together more.
Oh.
Dan's was watery.
His was constipated, and the other one had, as my mom would say, drizgi.
It was loose.
Diarrhea.
So, who knows? Dan could have.
She's Croatian, by the way.
Yeah, Dan could have won that competition as well. If the playing field was more fair. Interesting. But yeah, they're saying Dan is a comp piece. He's a strong competitor. Maybe we should have kept John Michael week 1. So yeah, there wasn't anything else too crazy during this conversation.
Enough John Michael talk.
I know, right? Let him
live. The guy painted himself to be like a freaking Big Brother god, but he made the stupidest move on like the second day or whatever, and he was just like, "I'm gonna get you out." Oh wait, I just told you that out loud.
I'm just wondering, is Claudia on assignment here from Ty, because he was saying that Claudia is going to have to be the one to get close to Jonathan this week because they have a pre-existing relationship, and Ty is convinced that Jonathan's the HOH this week, or at least he was. I don't know if he still is.
Have you been to PEI?
I have not. I have not been to Canada, unfortunately.
Oh, you're going to
one
love
day.
It.
Yeah. So then I gotta say, a lot of this Digital Daily was
useless.
It was not anything important for the most part. There was a lot of BBCan Fit Club.
Was it entertaining? Was it helpful?
Parts.
No.
I mean, we got what we needed to know, but anyway.
Kind of.
We saw Anika training Shania and Daniel C. Hope was training Renee, and Daniel.
I have to say Daniel C. Is looking pretty good.
He's better without Zach.
I mean, workout wise.
Oh, I thought you meant just as a person. Better without Zach.
Definitely better without Zach, but like still not great.
Yeah, Daniel was sore for this workout because he mentioned that he had to carry a lot of weight in that POV competition. Dan also mentioned in a different convo having to move a lot of weight around. So it sounds like it was a very physical competition. I think Hope was also in the POV mix.
You would think that Hope would have won it.
I mean, there's some strong, powerful guys in that competition. I don't know who all played.
Hope jump 5 feet straight up in the airs.
I know, right? But I mean, there's a difference between like agility and moving weight around, you know? So I don't know. We do know who won the POV, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes. But I kind of want to keep this as organic as possible.
In the gym when they flip the tires, the truck tires,
kind of, right?
When they do the
ropes.
Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah. Later, Hope, Santina, and Jonathan are chatting in the kitchen, and Hope lets everyone know, because they were studying, the POV competition was called Power Heist.
Oh.
Yes. Emphasis on the power.
I love how they're having all of these ridiculous physical comps. And look at Claudia. What is she, like 4 feet tall?
Yeah.
And I was watching Anika and Claudia next to each other, and I think Anika might even be shorter than Claudia.
Really?
Yeah.
Anika is a powerhouse, though. And she knows what she's talking about when she's training people.
Oh, yeah.
But Hope thinks that Dan may have won the power veto because he's been acting very calmly. But like,
that's just Dan.
He's always that way. I mean, even when he was on the block week 1.
Dan's like a little deer in the headlights.
I think it's also just like he's not super invested in this game the way that like an actual fan of the game would be.
Dude, you should be, because like talking about your DJ thing, he's making like $0.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear him talk about that, I have to say. It wasn't game related at all, but
I was shocked.
Interesting peek into the dance music genre.
I was shocked to find out that he was making all these demos for like 3 months, 10 hours a day,
and then made $0 on it.
Yeah, because nobody bought them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd like to hear some of his music. I haven't really heard anything.
Yeah.
We'll have to look into
it. Get ready to drop that beat.
Yeah, drop that bass.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kuzi, finally we get some game talk here. It's Kuzi and the cameras. Kuzi is letting us in on some of her gameplay here. She says, my focus this week, I really got to tighten up my relationships with everyone, because she wants to make sure if she's ever in a situation where she ends up on the block, she wants people to pick her over whoever she's up next to.
I have a feeling she's going to be doing the most.
You think?
And it's going to be kind of obvious.
I don't know. I think she's really smart and really good socially. So I feel like she's doing okay so far.
Great socially.
I mean, she's coming off of a huge week taking out Zach.
Yeah.
And I will give her credit for that move, even though Zach left like a loser.
There was kind of like not that much blowback.
Yeah.
But I feel like if she's going to be stepping up her game now, it's going to be obvious.
I don't know. I think
she should have just stuck to what she was doing before.
Well, she really wants to make sure she's going to be secure moving forward. And she says her new group of 5 is probably going to make it to the final 5. So
delusional, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty strong group. We're going to talk about it in a sec. But she, again, wants to make sure that, like, even when they get down to the final 5, people will want to keep bringing her to the end over the other people in the group. So it seems like the people in the group, we've got Kuzi, Jonathan, Hope, Daniel C. And then the last spot, it's unclear.
Daniel C is going to make it to the final 5?
I don't know. I mean, you never know what this group is capable of. I mean, we know something about Daniel C.
Oh.
He won the veto. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if the 5th person in that alliance is Anika or Santina.
I think it's probably Anika.
I'm leaning more towards Anika.
Yeah.
But we don't know that for sure, so I don't want to make any assumptions, especially after last week when we were led astray by the digital dailies.
We were straight up lied to, basically.
All right. Well, again, Kuzi's saying I'm going to make sure that social game's on point, and she feels pretty good about where she is right now.
I just caution you, Kuzi, don't be doing the most.
Well, Kuzi also let us know that Ty is up on the block.
What?
Ty is up on the block next to Dan. Oh my goodness, Santina did the thing.
She did the do.
Yeah, good for her. This is also interesting because I remember in the Digital Daily the other day, Santina was saying that Ty told her, "Oh, if I even hear anyone mentioning my name,
I'm gonna walk
like
out.
going up on the block, I'm gonna walk out the front door." No, I guess he's still there. I guess he chickened out of leaving again.
I give it a
ridiculous. So Kuzi feels like Ty is probably going to be coming off the block this week. So she wants to make sure she's going to take advantage of that. She wants to make sure that Ty feels like she had a hand in making that happen.
You're off.
So she wants to kind of use this to like make up for last week since she took out Ty's guy. So she wants to even things up here. No.
How did she have a hand in doing this?
Maybe she worked on Daniel a bit here.
I think Daniel would have done it anyway.
I don't know. But maybe she did put in work, or maybe she just wants to take advantage of the situation, right?
I guess.
So Kuzi also feels like Santina is probably the HOH this week. She does not have confirmation on that. She is correct. But knowing, thinking that Santina is the HOH, Kuzi's like, I got to butter her up. I got to make sure I'm in good with her.
I got to get her to make my breakfast for me.
Yeah.
And then tell her how delicious it is.
So she says, Santina's going to have to go at some point soon because she's just that good. She's so smart. We've seen she's done well in competitions, this is also leading me to believe that Santina is not in their alliance of 5.
But when Kuzi was saying, I'm going to downplay her smartness to other people, whatever, I think that's a bad move. I think you should play up how smart somebody is, because then that would paint a huge target on their back.
Yeah, I guess her reasoning was she was saying, like, I want people to work with me over Santina, so she doesn't want people to think that Santina's that smart. But, like, I see what you're saying more, like, this person is smart, we got to get rid of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So different views here on that topic.
You could pretty much paint any direction that you want.
You got to be able to sell it.
And you got something.
Yeah, you got to be able to sell it.
You got a reason. It's like that one time the cop pulled me over and said, I could write you a ticket for anything I want right now. I can find something.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, thank you.
That's so messed up.
I know.
On that note, Kuzi, Daniel C, and Hope are chatting in the bathroom. And Kuzi is now saying she feels a little nervous, like she could be going up as replacement nominee this week. Again, she doesn't know 100% who the HOH is, but if one of the guys comes off the block, what if the HOH is like, I want to get out another big fish, and takes a shot at Kuzi instead?
Yikes.
So Daniel says, even if you do go up on the block, we have the numbers to keep you safe, right? They have this new alliance of 5.
Right. But will they?
I don't know. Daniel also says, hello. It would be dumb to take out Kuzi instead of one of the guys. We've got Dan and Ty up on the block right now. And Kuzi's like, yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Take out me.
You got 2 big freaking targets on the block. I think it's really, really dumb to take one of them off. And if you're not the veto holder, there is a definite chance that you could go up, especially if you're Miss Congeniality in the house.
And it's an anonymous HOH.
And especially if you're suspecting that Santina is the HOH, girl, you put her up last week. You put her up last week, and she was screaming your name in the bathroom.
That is very true. She did the big eye roll at the nomination ceremony.
Yeah.
So. Well, Kuzi is saying Dan cannot come off the block because she really wants Dan to go this week. Ty, different story. I think it's a mistake. I think let them both sit up there and sweat it out. You have a few days to decide who you want to get rid of. But they all agree. They never really expected Dan to become such a big threat. But he is, he's so good in the competitions. But like, who's he working with right now?
Dan's okay in the competitions, but as far as strategy and gameplay
goes,
he's a dum-dum.
Get rid of Ty. He's got too many connections.
Yeah.
All right. So then Renee and Claudia are chatting over some lunch, and this is like night and day. Claudia and Renee are in the dark. They are night. So they still
are they even in this show?
They still have no idea.
They're on vacation.
Yeah, they have no idea who won HOH. They think if the POV is used this week, maybe Santina could be going up as a replacement.
Less working out, ladies, and less canoodling, and more playing the game.
Maybe try working with people that actually give you game information.
And just don't, laugh at you and be like, you don't know.
Well, Renee asks Claudia, how is Ty taking being up on the block? And Claudia's like, well, he was expecting it, basically, and
he's cool.
It was a predictable move. Okay, whatever. So back to the bathroom. Back to the interesting stuff here.
Did she even know he was up on the block?
I don't know. Back to the bathroom with Daniel, Kuzi, Hope, and Jonathan. So this is 4 out of 5 in that new alliance.
Right.
So Daniel is saying he wants to use the POV on Ty because, hello, Daniel C won the power of veto.
What?
Wow.
And he's getting his hair braided.
Winter braids. So,
yeah.
He's like, if I use the POV on Ty, I can build a connection with him, which I don't really have already. He'll kind of owe me one, so maybe I can use that.
Sounds like a waste of time to me.
He's saying you can use that if Ty wins the HOH next week, and maybe we can get the target on somebody outside of our group. So there was some concern with the others about who would go up in Ty's place if he comes down. And again, Daniel keeps pushing that they're going to have the numbers no matter what to keep one of their allies safe and send out Dan. He seems convinced.
I don't know. I thought we had the numbers for Zach too, but Daniel, I might vote to keep Zach.
I mean, the people that were voting last week are still saying that the numbers would have been there to take him out, but like,
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Daniel also keeps saying, like, look, I want the POV and I kind of want to use it, like, just to use it.
Oh,
that's not smart.
This guy was sold to us as a super fan strategist, and
we're not really getting that.
No.
But anyway, I do see his argument here about wanting to build something with Ty, even though, hopefully Ty is leaving next. But just in case.
No guarantee. I can just see it now. Ty is going to stay, and he is going to win the next HOH. And
continue
he's going
to build connections.
He's going to put up like Kuzi and Daniel.
Oh, I hope not. But yeah, Daniel tells the group, like, if you guys are all against it, I'm not going to use it. And Jonathan's like, no, I think it's a good idea. I think it could be good to build a connection with Ty and see if we can, work with him if he wins HOH.
Would
if
Jonathan
not,
think that if Jonathan was up on the block?
I don't know. So Kuzi,
no, use it.
Kuzi's like, I gotta let you guys know something too. I was talking to Ty, and he told me that Hope is not his number one target anymore. His number one target now is Renee. Do we believe this? Do you think that's true?
No.
That seems like so lame. No offense to Renee.
False.
Come on. Also, why is Ty so threatened by Renee since like week 1?
I feel almost like Ty is trying to play this old school, like get rid of the weak players first because they don't deserve to be there.
It's not that he thinks they don't deserve to be there. He's trying to keep all the big targets as shields for himself because he was shitting himself about Zach leaving because he's like, oh, great, now I'm going to be the next target.
Right. Now I'm going to be the number one guy in the group for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. So now if Dan goes as well, Ty, huge
public
target.
enemy number 1.
So that's why he wants to take out the like quote unquote weaker players. But yeah, again, we find out more about that new alliance of 5.
Oh.
It's called The Crown.
Oh, it's newborn.
Not to be confused with the show on Netflix. Amazing.
Yeah. This alliance, not so much.
Yeah. So again, Kuzi, Hope, Daniel, Jonathan, and we think Anika. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay. So then we see Hope and Jonathan have a quick little chat in the flamingo room. And Jonathan's like, wow, once we get Dan out of here, then we just have to take out Ty and the rest is going to be easy. Jonathan, please don't get cocky. I don't want to see him turn into this. But he corrects himself. He's like, all right, it's not going to be easy, but it'll be easier.
Is E Renee? and Claudia?
I don't know. I mean, if you think about it though, like it's gonna get really hard at the end because then you got to go up against your allies. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Jonathan's feeling really good about the idea of Daniel using that veto on Ty and, trying to use that as leverage to get Ty to target somebody else outside of their group if he wins HOH.
Dumb move.
Yeah.
I can see it now. It's going to come back to bite them.
It could. Hope is feeling great about everything right now. He says, this is the best that I've ever felt in this house. I finally feel like me. And he says, I want to stick around for a while.
I think his braids were too tight before. Now that he's got his hair down, he's like really feeling comfortable, and you know what I mean?
Honestly, I think it's because he's got more competitions under his belt. Even if he didn't win all of them, he feels good about it.
I think that note was also weighing on him too. And
also Zach, yeah. Toxic presence in the house.
Yeah.
Now he's working with people that he feels good with. He feels like he can be himself. And Jonathan says we can be ourselves whenever we're hanging out with our group of 5. So we have that like sanctuary now. So I think that's a big part of it.
I think Jonathan is a much better mentor for Hope than Zach.
Mentor and ally.
Yeah.
So
and person.
Yeah. Well, anyway, then we see Renee and Kuzi chatting in the toucan room. I have to say too, Hope was like, this game is so much fun.
Canada, we're having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So now let's talk about Renee and Kuzi. They agree if a girl goes up on the block as a replacement nominee this week.
Yeah.
Excuse you. Are you okay, baby?
Exactly.
They want to keep that girl safe. They want to vote out the bigger threats, aka whichever guy is still up on the block. Yeah. Renee is like, I want to keep around as many girls as possible, except for Santino.
Yeah, right.
Renee brings up, apparently there's a lot of speculation that she's the HOH. I guess because, clearly it's not Dan or Ty.
Who is speculating that Renee was the HOH?
Maybe Dan and Ty. Maybe Dan and Ty. I don't know. But Renee's like, no, there's no way that I would win and not like tell anybody it wasn't me. Also,
I
she hasn't
want
been
to
great
risk my bootay on the block.
Not the bootay.
Yes, the bootay.
Yeah, we know that Renee is not the HOH, obviously. So then Claudia joins them, and there's more talk, of course, about the girls working together and keeping them together. Let's make history. But I'm sorry, this is just like so fake on both sides. We know
have no intention of working with the other side.
This is a backup plan at best.
Yeah.
Claudia and Renee have their thing with Shania, but they also want to work with Ty and Dan. That's a whole thing. Kuzi is now set up with her alliance of 5, the Crown.
Yeah.
So this girl's thing is BS.
Do you think Claudia and Renee would like to get rid of Shania?
No. I know that Claudia feels much closer with Shania than she does with Renee. Renee is like the third wheel in that group.
Oh, because she's a Johnny-come-lately, because she was kind of with Jonathan. And
she was kind of with Hope. She was really close to Hope.
Yeah.
And then, Ty, Dan, Shania, Claudia have all kind of like come together a bit. So, yeah. They talk about this week's vote, and Kuzi says if the nominations stay the same, Dan should be the one to go over Ty. And Renee kind of questions it. She's like, "Is that what we're doing?
Is that a good move? Not really.
It's not. I really do think that Ty should be the one to go.
Absolutely.
Over Dan. But if you look at this, like Kuzi and Claudia are both super close to Ty, even after Kuzi took out Zach.
Claudia lays with him.
Yeah. So of course they shut that down. They don't want Ty to go. So they all agree that Shania's head will be back in the game once Dan goes. Shania and Dan have gotten super close lately.
I feel like Shania is the teen girl squad.
I don't feel like
I have a crush on every boy. If I couldn't get Rob, I'm gonna hang out with Dan and make something.
So that's a bummer, but yeah. Renee's like, we gotta name this girls' alliance if we're gonna make history. My name for it would be, again, the backup plan.
My name is the Dum Dums.
All right, there we go.
Are you even playing?
Yeah. So that was it for today's Digital Daily. The POV ceremony should be happening today. It should be over by now.
Did you ever notice how the digital dailies end?
It's like fade.
Yeah, but it's like when they are about to put you under for surgery.
Oh yeah, it's countdown from 10.
Yeah, count back from 10. And you're thinking like, all right, 10, 9, 8.
Oh, I feel really tired.
No, it's not like that at all. It's like 10.
Yeah.
You don't even make it to 9 and you're like dropping like a rock and you have like no control over it. And that's what I feel like the digital dailies are. And that's scary.
Okay.
Don't like it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's triggering for you.
It's very triggering.
The big question here is, will Daniel C. use the veto on Ty? And who would go up in Ty's place next to Dan? Who do you think would go up? I think Shania.
Yeah. Or Kuzi.
You think Kuzi? I don't know. I don't think
Kuzi might go up.
Kuzi up at this point.
But
it's possible.
Jonathan might try and talk her out of it. But
Santina?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. So
yeah.
Hopefully we won't have to do too much investigating tomorrow.
I wish they would take down Dan and put up Claudia.
I wish.
That'd be amazing.
that would be amazing, but I don't see it happening. So yeah.
Manifest it.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for being here. And
Thank you.
Until tomorrow, much love.
Oh, and a late super chat from the fiance.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, have you seen her fiance?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know I don't drink coffee, but thank you.
You used to.
When I was in middle school, I would have those like double shot Starbucks in the glass containers.
Delicious. It's more sugar than coffee.
Because it was really bad for you. But I don't drink like real coffee. So.
Oh. How about fake coffee?
No, just tea now. But
oh.
Thank you. And thank you all so much for being here. We will see you tomorrow. And until then, much love. Bye. Bye.